God damn, this actually looks good as hell. I like how they went Why are these guys live action, dude? I thought when they did the casting that they were gonna be the voices. This is so stupid. Why?
What the hell? What the hell? What the hell? What the hell?
Who are you?
I am Steve.
This guy is such a tool bag.
Couldn't agree more. Well, the new Minecraft movie trailer dropped recently, and it is exactly as you expected. A bunch of Gen X slop, or millennial slop, however you want to put it. They're both equally the same in terms of how garbage the content is and how awful the humor is. But of course, with all the slop that's coming out, this should be expected, and of course, this being distributed by Warner Brothers, who is the corporate king of distributing absolute slop. And this Minecraft movie is of course no different than other slop that they've distributed. But of course, like I said before, I mentioned in my last video, which you should go check out, that cinema is back for sure compared to TV shows. But of course, even with masterpieces like Doom Part 2 and many other masterpieces that have come out this year, of course, we can expect a bunch of slop after slop after slop, because why not? Millennials exist, Gen X exists. Of course we're gonna keep getting shit like this. But I am here because it is my duty to point this out, because nobody else will. Because I am not a paid shill. I don't get early access to watch movies like this. Nor do I want early access to watch this millennial Gen X slop. I don't want it. So fuck you. Nah, I'm just kidding, you guys. But no, in all seriousness, I'm not a paid shill. I will never be that, because I'm here to give you guys the real shit, the real news, the real cinematic experience that you've all been waiting for. So wait no longer, and go ahead and like and subscribe to this video, even before you've even watched the entirety of this video, because that's what YouTube wants you to do, and that's what I want you to do. But no, in all seriousness, wait till you've watched the video before you actually hit that like and subscribe button, or ignore my advice and just go ahead and do so. And either way is okay. But never mind my self-glazing on this channel. I want to discuss with you guys my recent thoughts on the Minecraft trailer and what this entails for all of not just of cinema, but kind of, bullshit humor every one of us have to go through when watching not only just movies, but TV shows and, a lot of horrible commercials and advertisements that should honestly be illegal. And honestly, this humor in general that was depicted in the trailer, and not only just this trailer, but many movies that have come before this that have implemented this kind of humor, should also be illegal, and something must be done about it. And that's what I'm going to talk to you guys today. So without further ado, let's get into it.
This guy is such a tool bag.
Yes, folks, we are still doing the same old tired Hollywood bit in the year 2024 AD. And we're also still doing the forced diversity bit because, progress and all that bullshit. And you just look at the cast in this movie and it's like, what kind of group like this hangs out with each other? Who the fuck is this movie for? Because you look at the cast, you have, an A-lister like Jason Momoa who's in this, but then you're like, why the fuck does he look like that? Does Jason Momoa have somewhere in his contract where he has to humiliate himself in a lot of these newer roles? I don't get it. It's like, dude, you're a big star now. Like, Zack Snyder helped kickstart, your popularity in terms of, your career. And I know a lot of people are going to, jump my throat about that shit, and they're going to say it's Game of Thrones. But let's be real. Zack Snyder was the blueprint. He knew Jason Momoa's potential and made him the coolest Aquaman ever until Warner Brothers tarnished that. But never mind that. Why is Jason Momoa taking on these roles? And then you look at everyone else in this cast, it's like, okay, we got the girl from Wednesday because that show is popular, so why the fuck not bring her in? And then you have the obnoxious black lady from Peacemaker because, I guess she's supposed to be like the funny, sassy black girl in this whole diversity cast. I don't get it. And then, I don't know who this kid is. This is going to sound so mean, but I'm going to say this in the nicest way I can. This kid just looks like a kid version of the streamer Destiny, but instead this is an alternate version of him where he doesn't become an atheistic cuckold. That's how I'm going to put that, because I don't know who this kid is. I haven't seen him in any other movies or TV shows, so that's what I'm going to go with for now. And then lastly, but surely least, we have the famous A-lister of all time, Jack Black. Yeah, the same guy, you know, everyone's favorite fat Jewish actor who does the same old loud equals funny bit that he always does in a lot of his movie roles. And he's, honestly, since I was a kid, he's been notorious for this kind of role. But you just look at this trailer alone, and then I'm reminded time and time again that Jack Black needs to be blacklisted from Hollywood. Yes, pun intended, biatch. But in all seriousness, at what point as a society do we just recognize this and say, you know what, maybe it's time for Jack Black to, you know, take a step down from like a lot of these popular franchises and just be less obnoxious in your roles, or just maybe stick to just voicing Poe the panda. I think that's more his element than anything else, instead of just live action clusterfucks. But at the same time, I can't necessarily fault him for this, because he keeps getting rewarded by not only Hollywood studios, but childish audiences as well. You know, the people that I keep mentioning, like Gen X and millennials, they like to reward this bullshit humor from Jack Black, and just like juvenile humor in general that is plaguing the cinematic experience. And that's actually going to lead on to my next point.
This guy is such a tool bag.
Yes, folks, it is time to gatekeep cinema. And if you don't like that idea, then you can get the fuck out, buddy. No, but seriously, we gotta gatekeep this shit, because if we don't want any more humor like this, like what was featured in the Minecraft trailer, and probably many other trailers to come that, you know, involve a popular franchise, especially a video game franchise like Minecraft, we need to have the dignity and the integrity to preserve great content and to gatekeep bullshit Gen X and millennial content that has no place in cinema. And you know what? I was actually talking with a good friend of mine from film school. I'll leave his YouTube channel in the link below. But we were talking about this the other day via text message, because he saw one of my previous videos, which you should go check out. He essentially reiterated a point that I made, and that's the fact that, yes, we have to gatekeep cinema, because if we don't, then we're just going to get nothing but bad remakes, and we're just going to, like, Hollywood's just going to tarnish, you know, great franchises that have, you know, great potential, but they essentially ruin it because they don't know how to run things. They don't know what makes those, you know, IPs great in their own sense, in their own right. Essentially what I'm saying is we need less incompetence and more competence, because we will face a, let's just say, a competence crisis if we don't address this now. We have to gatekeep now, or else we will face a very unnecessary and very incompetent future within the world of cinema. And you just, you know, look at the Minecraft trailer again. Why is there a Minecraft movie that's like a hybrid of live action and CGI animation, essentially? Like, why didn't they go the route of, like, let's say, okay, let's put it this way. If they were going to do live action to some extent, why didn't they just do the whole, like, let's say, take a Jumanji approach, but like, let's say the characters that enter the video game world, they actually become video game characters and they're animated like video game characters. That's what I thought they were going to do with this movie, or at least like have these, you know, like some popular actors voice characters in an animated sense. But no, that's not what we're doing here. We're doing the complete opposite of that, and it looks so bizarre to watch. And it's like, who the fuck made this decision? Whose bright idea was it to go about this? And that's essentially what I'm referring to when I say incompetence, because this is just completely unnecessary, and you're sitting back and you're like, who asked for this? Clearly no one. And it's not like they didn't have a blueprint on how to make a animated Minecraft movie, especially for the big screen. There's been like, what, plenty of other Minecraft type of movies, or like animated movies that have, you know, taken this approach in like terms of a cinematic experience. But now let's just ignore the blueprint and then just do fuck all, and then blame audience members when they rightfully don't want Gen X millennial slop. But other than that, there is one thing I need to say before I conclude this video, and it's actually a proposal that I have for Hollywood.
This guy is such a tool bag.
So I really couldn't think of a better title for this section of the video, but I just need something clever to work with. But here is my proposal, or my dilemma for Hollywood, pertaining to Jack Black. And the thing is, I'm going to give one of two ways that this can go down, alright? I'm going to give the love speech version. In other words, this is the nice way out. Or the hate speech version, which is the hateful way to go about this, which isn't really so hateful, but you're about to see here in just a second. But the love speech version of this proposal or dilemma is simply this: Jack Black can stay in Hollywood, or he can still make movies or be involved in movies, but he has to take a step back and, like, in terms of the scale of the movies he's in. And by that, I mean, I wish he would take on, let's just say, rom-coms back in the day that he used to do. One that stands out would be The Holiday, directed by Nancy Meyers. If he goes back and makes movies like that, like within that sort of tone, and where he's playing a likable character and not so obnoxious, that I will tolerate. However, the inverse of that is, if they keep having him in these, like, you know, big movies, big budget movies, where he's like one of the central focuses and he's like the big goofball of the movie, or that Gen X millennial humorous archetype, if you know what I'm talking about, then in that case, Jack Black, once again, needs to be blacklisted. I am tired of this character type. I'm tired of, like, this, like, loud, obnoxious, haha, loud equals funny. It's not funny. It never has been. It never will be. I can't wait till this style of humor goes out of style. And I think everybody's just about tired of it. And especially, like, that sort of humor that you see in a lot of movies, especially Marvel movies. And this is the one that comes to mind, where it's like, oh, he's right behind me, isn't he? Like, that kind of shit. You don't necessarily, I mean, you do probably see it in some Marvel movies, but you see it in a lot of other movies where, like, the comedy is just inserted in places where it doesn't need to be inserted. And it's just plaguing the industry. It's plaguing cinema. It's time to stop. Please stop giving Jack Black these roles. It's not funny anymore. It's time to scale back, or at least, in terms of a compromise, just let him voice Poe the Panda and stop giving him big budget roles, like, you know, this one in the Minecraft movie as Steve. Like, it's not funny. Just scale back a bit, Hollywood, please. But other than my bitch-made attempt at this proposal / dilemma, if you want to call it that, I think that's going to do it for this video. I'd love to know your guys' thoughts on this particular trailer. What did you think of the Minecraft movie trailer? Was it exactly what you thought it'd be? Did you think it was going to be total slop from the very get-go? Were you hoping that this movie would be an animated movie instead of a live action? I'm really curious as to what you guys think, because I know the internet in general has a lot to say about this movie, but I want to know what my subscribers think, or people that are finding my channel for the first time think of this trailer, and my overall thoughts, and my dilemma here for Jack Black. So go ahead, type in the comments below what your thoughts are, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye for now.